I'm just going to go through the books that are on my July TBR and also the books that I'm planning on that I read last month or DNF'd. I think there's a lot more DNFs than books that I completed. So we'll start off with the one book that I finished reading. So this is An Invitation from a Crab by Pampanya. It's published by Dempa, and it's an indie manga. I really like this one. It basically follows Pampanya as they go around just seeing interesting things. This is what the blurb says. If you're ever fortunate enough to see a crab strolling through your neighborhood, please follow its lead. By slowing down to a crab's pace and looking around and about in this world, you too may discover life's many mysteries that are hidden in plain sight. And I feel like that kind of vibe very much sums up Pampanya's work. I've also read Guyabano Holiday, which is sort of like a follow up to this, and I believe a new Pampanya work is releasing in English maybe January next year. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. So I really enjoy Pampanya's work. And now for the TBR. So we'll start off with Fernando Pessoa, The Book of Disquiet. So this book is it's basically a collection of short writings and letters by Fernando Pessoa and one of his pen names, Bernardo Soros. So it's meant to be disquieting, but it's more just a collection of idle thoughts and dreams and kind of like his take on life, but also kind of like a fictional person's take on life who's sort of like a key word that's used is disquiet is used quite a lot, and torpor. So that's kind of the vibe of this. So I'm was planning on having finished this by now, but I will be finishing the Book of Disquiet. So this was one of my reads from last month, from the month of June, that's continuing on into July, and I plan on finishing it in the next week. I've started House of Leaves, so House of Leaves, for people who don't know, is an ergodic piece of literature. So the book isn't straightforward. You need to basically work your way through it, and it is famous for its weird formatting, and it's very postmodern. Not in the way that the author Thomas Pynchon is postmodern, but this is more in like format and style. So I've just started House of Leaves, and we'll see. I'll definitely be reporting back on this one, so we'll see if it breaks my sanity or if I make it through the house intact. And then the other book I'm planning on reading, so this is my other TBR for July, is The Edge of the Alphabet by Janet Frame. So my plan for this month is to read at least one New Zealand author. So I'm going to attempt to start a Janet Frame novel. So Janet Frame is a famous author from New Zealand, and she was active in the second half of the 20th century, and is considered one of the great New Zealand authors. So I really want to check her stuff out, and I think I really owe it to myself. And also, a few of my friends have been bugging me to read Janet Frame, so I can sort of tick that off and then say, hey, I read Janet Frame. So yeah, definitely you should, like, if you don't know who Janet Frame is, you should check her out. She's got a very interesting and unique writing style. Um, really saying stuff that other authors aren't saying. So that's Janet Frame. And that kind of concludes my July TBR. There are other things that I might pick up, but those three books are the main ones I want to get through. So at least finish, um, the Book of Disquiet, and also uh, start um, the Edge of the Alphabet by Janet Frame. So yeah, and now these are the books that I DNF'd this month. So I started and finished Metamorphosis, but I was planning on reading the other collections of short stories. I read The Stoker and I read Contemplation, but I didn't read the stories in the second half of this collection. So I might I mean I've read this several times, so it's not like I haven't read this, but I just didn't end up keeping momentum to finish Metamorphosis and other stories. To be clear, I read Metamorphosis, but I didn't read all of the short stories like The Hunger Artist or The Penal Colony. Um, and here's Pale Fire. So I was planning on reading Pale Fire, and I got about halfway. So there's two bookmarks. One's for the 999 line poem, and one's for the commentary on the poem. I'm not going to go into too much detail explaining the structure of this novel, but it just like it kind of defeated me. Like I was really enjoying it, but there were a lot of made up words. Um, Vladimir Nabokov coins a lot of words in this, and it can be it requires a lot of thinking power. It's not necessarily like a particularly complicated story, but the way that Nabokov writes his story really requires you to exercise your brain. Like it's not straightforward, and I mean him just like throwing words that literally he coined for this novel kind of just makes your brain work in ways that it hasn't before. So that was a little challenging, but yeah, I liked it so far. I want to pick up Pale Fire again, and it's quite short, and I don't have much left, but it just was a little too mentally taxing for the month, and I needed something slightly easier. Um, so yeah, and then I have still been working my way through Moby-Dick. Um, yeah, I've been working my way through Moby-Dick, but I got up to a part where no, I just kind of like started reading other stuff, and um, I got really into the Book of Disquiet, and that kind of took over my mind space. So I plan on picking Moby Dick up, but I also started House of Leaves, and I don't think I can juggle Moby Dick and House of Leaves and whatever else I have on the go. So Moby Dick's kind of on hold for now, but definitely 100% coming back to this one. And then the last book that I got halfway through is Cats of the Louvre, which I still plan on finishing, probably this month, but it's not high on my priority. It's not high on my TBR. So, yeah, Taya Matsumoto. I really like Taya Matsumoto, but I just kind of am chipping away at it. And there are other things that are a little bit more pressing for me to read, so that's that. And that's basically it. So, yeah, it was an okay month for reading, even though I didn't finish much. I did get decently far through several books, so it definitely wasn't as much as May, but I thought June was a good reading month, and hopefully July is going to be quite good as well. So yeah, final thoughts. The Book of Disquiet was probably one of my favorite books of all time. It's really, really good, and it's really speaking to me. So I want to make a book vlog, not a book vlog. I want to make a book review of the Book of Disquiet when I finish it. And yeah, that's basically me. Cheers. See you in the next video.